happen. Who are you?
I was hoping you wouldn't make Daddy use his belt.
Daddy likes the middle.
We are back after God knows how long. So I had to use the iconic intro, but welcome everyone. It has been a while. Welcome everyone to the stream. Once again, I'm with my regular guest as always, Arrowverse Scenes. And first things first, I hope you guys can hear me well. And yes, I have missed you guys as well. That's another thing because I haven't streamed for a while. But yeah, as I said, Arrowverse Scenes is with me. Jordan's supposed to be here, but well, someone's asleep, I guess. But yeah, it's great to be back. We have quite a lot of stuff to talk about. I do have some announcements to talk about as well, especially with next week and for the next couple of weeks as well, because it's something I'm adding new to the channel as well, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. But I'm not expecting too many people in the chat because this is the first of God knows how long of streams we've done. So I'm not expecting too many people. Obviously, if more people come along, then that's great. But as I said, I'm not expecting that many. But I see quite a few people in the chat right now. Okay, how are you? It's been a while. Chosen Vader owner, I'm glad you're streaming again. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. It's been a while. Hello, Malik. And Michael is in the chat as well. Now, yeah, as you guys know, obviously, I haven't streamed for a while now. That's just out of pure laziness. That's pretty much the reason why I don't really have a defense for it. I apologize, but since the Flash is back next week, that is my excuse to, be more consistent with the live streams as well. But yeah, how's everyone doing? How are you, Arrowverse Scenes? It's been a while since we've done this.
I'm good. Very good.
So we'll kick off the stream first with the announcement that I want to make. And obviously first things first, obviously. Super chats are on, so for anyone who wants to send in a super chat. I forgot about that. I completely forgot about that. For anyone who wants to send in a super chat, then you guys can do so. It does help out the channel a lot. Obviously, you don't have to. It's not something you have to do. It just helps support the channel. But yeah, finish that off. The announcement I'm going to make is obviously next week, The Flash is starting with episode 1 and obviously until episode 13. The watch parties are back. So I will be doing the classic watch parties I used to do in like the season 7 finale, and I did it in the season 8 finale as well. Since this is the final season, I wanted to kind of make it special. So I decided to do a watch party for every single episode of the season. If I can bring in guests, like once again Arrowverse Scenes or something like that, I will do that. But otherwise, it would just be me all alone, just doing the watch party. Now, don't get too excited because a lot of people do have a misunderstanding on what a watch party is. So I will not be showing you guys the episode while watching the episode, because obviously that will lead me to some massive copyright issues. So what a watch party pretty much is that, you pretty much just see me reacting to it. You have a timer which shows which scene I'm pretty much on, and we all just watch the episode live together. And for anyone who's watching the watch party on playback, that is when you can look at the timestamp, see where I'm at, and just arrange your viewing based off that. That is what a watch party is. So it's not really me showing the episode because that would get me striked. But we do have quite a lot of stuff to talk about. We just got a bunch of new teasers for The Flash season 9. Eric Wallace has been doing a lot of interviews, so that is quite exciting. I haven't read any of them yet, so it's going to be like a first look. Obviously, we're going to talk about James Gunn's new DCU Slate as well. And I do want to do a very mini advertising for my friend because it is his last week of doing this, or like last couple of weeks. As you guys can see over here, we have some DCTV show merch. It's a favor from a friend. So yeah, here we go. The DCTV show. For those who want merch, then go order merch from his channel. But yeah, that that's pretty much it. If you guys want the merch, obviously you can, but obviously you don't have to. We do have a super chat, ultra edits, Arrowverse scenes or concepts. You can answer this question.
No, I think it's for you. You got to answer that one.
Oh, is it for me?
You got it. No, you have to.
Uh,
We need to know your answer.
Arrowverse scenes. I feel Arrowverse scenes is more iconic. That's why we're gonna stick with Arrowverse scenes over here. But yeah, getting into our first topic, and obviously, if you guys have any questions as well, then you guys can send in questions and we'll answer throughout. But the first topic is going to be, let me pull it up. This one over here with 3 major characters returning for the final season of The Flash. I'll pull up the article so you guys can see it as well. I believe it's this one. Yes. So it's from Entertainment Weekly. The Flash brings back 3 major characters for the final season. EW is exclusively announcing the returns of Rick Cosnett, Matt Letcher, and Jessica Parker Kennedy for season 9. So we'll read over it and then obviously we'll do the breakdown afterwards. So, okay, so this is a quote from Eric Wallace. "We're so excited to have Rick join us once more as we put together our final batch of emotional and thrilling episodes. It's especially wonderful as Rick was an integral part of the show's, whatever that word is, season. So having him return to help us conclude our show's incredible 9-year run was more than a privilege. It was a no-brainer." I love the way this guy just words his interviews, man. As one of the original stars of The Flash, Cosnett played CCPD Detective Eddie Thawne before he was killed off in the Flash Season 1 finale. The actor previously returned to reprise his role in Season 2, 3, and Season 8. Having the incredibly gracious and talented Matt Letcher return for our final season was something we couldn't resist. So we created a very special story for him, one we've been excited to tell for a while. Ooh, but we couldn't until now. The result is a wild and bittersweet episode we hope fans, both old and new, will love. In addition to The Flash, Letcher has... Oh, well, that's just useless stuff. The Flash has always been a show about the importance of family. So having the incredible Jessica Parker Kennedy back as fan favorite speedster XS was always in the cards. As the daughter of Barry and Iris, Jessica's already made an unforgettable mark on our show's history. And with her latest Season 9 adventure, Jessica's taking her incredible portrayal of Nora West Allen to even greater heights in a way audience has never seen before. Interesting stuff to talk about. So, firstly, obviously, other than admiring how Eric Wallace answers questions in interviews, very, very interesting stuff. We have 3 returning characters, 2 of which we already assumed would return because it wouldn't have made sense for the story if they didn't include those characters. So I'm glad they got confirmed. But also, the other character, obviously Rick Cosnett, we're going to talk about because I do have a pretty interesting theory, and I think Arrowverse scenes could agree with me over here as well. But Fatal Flash sends in a 0.99 cents super chat. You didn't really comment anything. So if you have any comment, then be sure to send it and I'll pull it up. When was that said?
That's in one of the other ones.
Oh, okay. So, okay, good to know that the writers have done a rewatch of Season 1. That's good news because that means that they could tie up some loose ends. So that's good. So firstly, I want to talk about the return of Rick Cosnett. So we know from Canada Graphs that we've seen this set photo of Barry pretty much being like lost in time, if you will. So we have like the return of Henry and Nora Allen, but then also we have Barry over there. And Canada Graphs did mention something along the lines of Rick Cosnett being in the same set as well, but appeared later on or something like that.
Wait, what's it?
The one with Nora and Henry Allen.
No, he was with Joe and Singh. I'm pretty sure.
He was Joe and Singh. But
Yeah.
regardless, that still doesn't make sense because if you guys think about it, what's happening in that scene takes place in the year of 2000, obviously with Barry, present day Barry, being time traveled or lost in time in the past. That scene, because I want to pull up some photos. I'll go on to Canada Grass real quick because it's quite interesting in regards to what we're going to talk about with Eddie Thon's return. So over here, if my Wi-Fi can speed up, obviously. Okay, so we have these images. I'll pull up this one. If it loads up, please load up. It's not loading up. Okay, wait, I'll zoom into it. So we have this image of Henry Allen, Nora Allen, and Barry over here. And as we said, this is taking place in the year of 2000. Henry Allen's wearing the exact same clothes he wore in like the flashback sequence of Nora Allen's murder. And so is Michelle Harrison underneath that coat. She's wearing the exact same clothes she wore during the night of Nora Allen's murder. So we know whatever's happening over here, it's pretty much, you could say, hours before Nora Allen's murder is taking place. And that's just from, like, you know, the same clothes and stuff like that. And obviously we have present day Barry over here, so we're assuming that it's time travel or like lost in time stuff. But also in this set, we do have this shot of Joe and David Singh. I'll pull it up over. I'll pull this one up over here. Now my internet decides to load up. But over here, we have Joe and David Singh. Now, Joe over here, he's wearing like a cop uniform. So over here, he's not properly become a detective yet. So we know this scene is taking place in the past. Canada Graphs did mention that Rick Cosnett was here as well. Now, Rick Cosnett being in this set does not make any sense because he's what? Almost the same age as, if you will, Barry and Iris, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back to the year 2000, Eddie Thawne would pretty much be a teenager or a kid. So Rick Cosnett being in this set doesn't make sense.
They could have de-aged him. You could just have him little kid running around with his badge. Could do that.
But so as I said, because of the fact that we're getting literally Eddie Thawne in this set, it leads me to believe he's the next main villain somehow. Whether they do Cobalt Blue or whatever they do with Eddie Thawne, it leads me to believe that he is the next main villain. What do you think about the Arrowverse scenes?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Especially that with the crystal was on the set as well. It leads.
It is?
Yeah, do you not see that photo?
I have not seen that photo. Where's the crystal?
I think it's the last one in that thing.
Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. I have not seen that before.
Yeah.
I have not seen that before. So in this shot over here, Joe's holding the crystal from the ending of The Flash Season 8. So this pretty much, I guess, confirms that Eddie Thawne is the main villain for the final season. Well, the last part of the season, as potentially Cobalt Blue or whatever they do with the blue crystal. But I guess
because Eric said that fans of the comic books would know what that crystal meant. So
and
if you like, we think it's Cobalt Blue, right? So that there's a good chance it's going to be. But I mean, there's also a chance it might not be. They could be misleading us.
Potentially. But that's one of the things we can tackle with Cobalt Blue or Edithon. Now, the second character that was confirmed to return was Eobard Thawne. Well, Matt Letcher's version of the Eobard Thawne, so a younger Reverse Flash. And I've said this multiple times in many different videos. It would not have made any sense at all if the Reverse Flash was not in the final season of The Flash in some way. And it had to be played by Matt Letcher. Now, in The Flash Season 8, may I remind you, Nora West Allen said that Reverse Flash or Eobard Thawne is completely erased from the timeline. And that doesn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense because we needed Reverse Flash to kill Nora Allen, because if he doesn't, then that means Nora Allen would have still been alive. So Eobard Thawne is back. Now, Eric Wallace did also say that, they're doing something with Eobard Thawne that they've, really wanted to do, and now they have a chance to do, and it's something that will, excite fans. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing over here. So he says, we created a very special story for him, one we've been excited to tell for a while, but couldn't until now. It seems like we're getting a Reverse Flash origin episode. But also, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if Matt Letcher is also there in the finale, because we do need Reverse Flash for the final episode ever of the show. That's my opinion. We need the final showdown between the Flash and the Reverse Flash to fully complete the story, in my opinion. What do you think, Arrowverse?
Yeah, I agree.
Do you think we're getting this origin story as well, or do you think they're doing
Well,
something else?
The way he worded it and what he said makes you think we are, but yeah, who knows?
Lightning Bolt says, which Reverse Flash suit should Matt Letcher wear in the season 9 finale? It's obvious. He has to wear his OG one.
Yeah, if
because
it's
it won't make sense.
a previous younger version, it has to be that one.
Or that, yeah. Maybe if he had like an original suit as well, because we're doing an origin story, right? If he had like an original suit, then maybe that as well. But definitely not what Tom Cavanagh wore. Now, whether we will get Tom Cavanagh returning as the Reverse Flash as well, I don't know about that. I very, very, very highly doubt it. But yeah, it is what it is. You know what I noticed? They still haven't brought Zoom back.
I know.
So
I know.
It's gonna be tough. It doesn't look like we're getting Zoom back.
Still a few characters that we're waiting on. Like,
who else is left?
Well, there's Cisco.
Mm-hmm.
With Nora returning, there's Bart now as well. Like, we don't know if he's coming.
We were gonna get into that, yeah.
And Zoom. So, yeah.
Interesting stuff. But perfectly segueing into our next character. Nora West Allen is returning. Duh, that was a no-brainer. We already expected that. But they haven't confirmed Bart yet, so that's interesting. Have they confirmed Jay Garrick?
No. But John Wesley's ship was there as Henry, so they might do something with Jay Garrick, but I mean,
I guess so.
But he's left Vancouver, so he's no longer there. He might have just been there for Henry. He might come back.
Could be too late, but who knows? But Jessica Parker Kennedy is returning as Nora West Allen. That's great news. We expected that. But also, Eric Wallace has teased a new story for Nora West Allen, so that will be interesting as well. But yeah, we need the other characters. We need Zoom. We need Jay Garrick. We need Bart Allen. But maybe they're just not available or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think about all of this news? Chat, be sure to tell me. Who are you most excited to see out of these three? And another thing is, I don't know why Eric Wallace is just going around spoiling all of this stuff.
Well, I think they're probably gonna be upset. I think that's why.
Well, that could work. Obviously. But imagine if all of these were surprises, man.
I know. Yeah.
Like what? In Arrow, we had some surprises, right? No, they all got confirmed as well. Yeah, they all got. Never mind, they all got confirmed as well. Well, unless we count Ezra Miller. But
Didn't Supergirl nearly have everyone in the finale a surprise until they spoiled it in the trailer? Like Monal and Overgirl.
I think so.
They spoiled it in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in regards to Nicole, she's returning for episode 6, so it's gonna be like an interlude filler episode.
Well,
by
we
the
think.
looks of it.
We think.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we think. No, but Zoom is still around, regardless. Because
Well,
they've
yeah, we don't know what
confirmed it
happened. We don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, like they've confirmed in Cisco's timeline that, Zoom was still around. But we don't know what happened to him in this new Earth Prime timeline, which pretty much messed everything up. But yeah, that is what it is. But yeah, moving into our next topic, we have another Stephen ML topic to go over, and that I guess allows me to use the title of Oliver Queen one more time. Well, a couple of more times, because we're gonna have a lot of Oliver Queen videos when those episodes come around. But over here, this time from TV Line, the Flash boss teases Oliver's return, says Stephen Amell requested one storyline add-on before saying yes. So this is Eric Wells pretty much talking about, how he got Stephen to, be on board with the episode and all those sorts of stuff. So Wallace says it's a two-pronged answer. I called up Greg and said, I have a crazy idea. What if Oliver Queen came back? And I pitched the story. He was like, I love it. Let me call Steven. So he called Steven, then called me back. Steven loves it.
No,
Talk to him.
no.
Pitch the idea.
Where's the Eric Wallace voice? We need the Eric Wallace.
You want the Eric Wallace voice?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got on the phone with Steven, and this is all happening within a span of 18 hours, mind you. And I walked him through it. He said, I love it, but can we do this extra thing? Abel proceeded to pitch a storyline add-on, to which Wallace said, let's do that. That's fantastic. and the call ended with Abel saying, I'm in, let's make this happen. It happened that fast. As for how the very dead Oliver Queen manages to come back for the episode, Wallace was mum on specifics, though he did maintain we don't change what has happened in the 8 seasons of Arrow. Rather, we honor all of that. And the end result of this unexpected yet super apropos reunion between Barry Allen, played by Grant Gustin, and Oliver, there won't be a dry eye in the house at the end of the episode. Wallace avowed it's extremely emotional. And yeah, I guess that is pretty much it in terms of the article. But yeah, I guess this is Steven's only thing for him to, come back to play Oliver Queen again. It was to not mess anything up in terms of what they did with Arrow season 8 and pay tribute to it or something like that. And Arrowverse scenes before the stream, I remember you telling me something like, is this Arrow 8-11? And what was that about?
That's in one of the other articles. He's just saying it feels like Arrow 8-11. Like a crossover between Arrow and Flash, basically.
So yeah, what do you think about all of this? How do you think Oliver Queen will come back? That's another thing, because we haven't really talked about this at all.
Well, I do have a theory, but I don't know how likely it is. Might be a bit of a weird one. It's where Spectre just basically puts his consciousness inside of the Oliver Queen body. I don't know how likely it is, but I mean, yeah.
Now, for me, obviously, because he's back as Green Arrow with his season 8 suit. So, for me, the theory has always been it could be an Oliver Queen from before he died, but during the time of Arrow season 8. So, it could be after season 7, before episode 1 of season 8, or it could just be a moment before he died or something like that. So time travel is an option.
Mm-hmm.
B,
Yeah.
I don't know. Could it be like a projection from the Spectre? Does he have the ability to do that? I don't know. I don't. It's a complicated thing. It's a complicated thing. How do you guys think that Oliver Queen is returning? Let's ask the chat as well.
It's Ralph.
Again, it's Ralph. Oh
Yeah.
God, no. But yeah, all we know is that the chemistry when Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell, share a scene, it always kills. It's always amazing. And as Eric Wallace said, everyone's gonna shed tears in this episode, and I definitely will. But yeah, I am looking forward for this episode. It will be interesting to see how Oliver Queen comes back. Are they actually gonna bring Oliver Queen back from the dead or do something else? I don't know. I guess we will see about that as well. But we do have, I believe, the final topic in terms of everything Flash related, apart from obviously Flash coming back next week, which we'll talk about as well. We do have the synopsis released for episode 3 of the season, and I'll pull that up as well. And I already see something related to Allegra, so I'm not going to be happy about this. Let's see what the synopsis is. So, season 9, episode 3, titled Rogues of War. On the move, Barry and Iris start to put together the pieces of what's happening in Central City and believe they know what the rogues are after. The Team Flash works together and recruits some unlikely allies to help, and the plan does not go as Team Flash expects. Meanwhile, Allegra does her best to avoid having a conversation with Chester. No one cares. But what do you think about this Arrowverse scenes? What are the bits that intrigue you? What are the bits you don't care about?
Well, I think it's got to be the first 2/3 that interest me, and in the last sentence, I don't care.
Any theories at all or anything like that?
Not really, no. Well, I think that whereas the Team Flash works together and recruits some unlikely allies to help, I think that's got to be like Goldface,
Goldface, Jacob
Hotness.
Birch, Hartley Rathaway.
Which is weird because the last synopsis where it says old friends or whatever people visit Star Labs or whatever it says, right? I thought that would have been
I thought that would have been the
Hartley,
thing too as well.
Hartley and all those others, but it could just be Hartley and maybe some other people, and then this one's got Goldface and Jaco, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so I do have a couple of theories in regards to this. First things first, Barry and Iris start to put together a team. Well, no, start to put together the pieces of what's happening in Central City. Maybe this could be when Barry in the trailer says this new speedster wants to build a time machine.
Potentially, yeah.
Maybe they could be constructing parts to build this time machine for whatever reason, and Red Death is using the rogues for it. That's the only thing I can think of, because what happened?
You know what Allegra and Chester's story is going to be in the finale? How they're going to be wrapped up? They're going to have parallels to Armageddon Part 4.
How do you know that?
Oh, I'm guessing. They're going to do it.
I hope not. Oh, I hope not. I hope not. Where was that? Oh, so time machine stuff. It could be really. Did I send the link to the wrong person? I didn't, right?
What do you mean?
Okay, no, Jordan's here. Okay, it's Jordan. I was like, how's Ultra here for a second?
Yeah, mate. I'm Ultra.
Someone's half an hour late. I guess you're just waiting for the James Gunn stuff, right? Because we're nearly done with the Flash.
No, I'm caught up on Flash.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, you were. Yeah, right. So yeah, Jordan, we're talking about this synopsis over here. Pretty much, that's where we're at right now.
Okay.
So as I said, the only thing I can think of is the time machine stuff. Other than that, I don't really know what it could be. Team Flash work together and find some recruits. Once again, I agree with Arrowverse. That's when Goldface, Jacob Birch, and Hartley Rathaway step in. And episode 4 is when Batwoman comes in, right?
Who knows? We don't know.
Episode 4 or 5, something like that. Someone, I don't want to pull this up real quick. I don't think Maines is in for 906 because she was in Vancouver in December. So
Wait,
yeah,
hold on. What?
Sorry?
Well, what's the comment?
This is what they said.
Okay, I've just put up Canada.
I mean,
sorry.
yeah, I mean, she might not be in 906.
It might not
But,
be. It could be 5. It could be 7. But
well, it
So
won't be
what were the
5.
questions, sorry?
Nicole Maines, which episode she's returning in?
Oh, I don't know about that. But I was just gonna say, I mean, we've got Captain Boomerang in the first episode in terms of rogues, and then
Yeah.
we've got, I think, I'm just trying to find Canada Rough blog to see when Goldface first comes in and stuff.
Well, the first set photos is 905.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he probably comes in episode 3 here.
Does Dreamer have Earth 38 memories? Yes, she does.
Because of Martian Manhunter. Yeah.
Yeah, because of Martian Manhunter. But I guess that is pretty much it in terms of the synopsis. No one really cares about Allegra or
Yeah,
Chester. So
I just wanted to comment on that.
go on.
It's gone on for like almost 2 whole seasons
We don't want to talk about it.
of will they, won't they?
Let's not talk about it.
I will bet money that we still aren't getting concluded until like the very last
No,
episode.
It'll be the finale. It'll be the
It
finale.
seems like it because the episode 2 synopsis is like Allegra and Chester make like a mutual decision or something like that. So that's probably that like distancing themselves away from each other. And then we have this where Allegra's
my
avoiding
God.
Chester.
Like they showed them in the future, like at the start. What was it? Season 8. Start of season 8. Armageddon.
Yeah.
So you think, oh, maybe they're setting up for like later on in the season? No, they're setting up for like 2 seasons away. Like, it's Eric Wallace's little baby that he loves him.
Nah, bro, he loves it. He loves what's her name?
Cecile. Well,
Yes.
no, he doesn't love Cecile. He's just got a lot of Danielle Nicolette. Just got a lot of dirt on him. So that's why she's like bribing him to have a lot of screen time. Let's be honest. No logical person. Actually, this is Eric Wallace talking about. Anyways, so yeah. Look, just give me like, have you guys talked about like Matt Letcher and stuff yet?
Yeah, you can comment on it real quick as well if you
I
want
was
to.
gonna say, I don't really care about Red Death. Just give me like the final half of the season. That's all I care about, to be honest. I was looking forward to it. Because the trailer does look good. It looks like the cinematic quality, like the posters, everything looked good. But like the synopsis, which is the actual story, none of this looked interesting.
Right, like, in my opinion, the trailers they showed for season 9 has just been trash. We barely got anything.
Well,
that's
did it make
why
you intrigued? Did it make you intrigued?
I mean, yeah, but like
Well,
we
then
got
it's
more
done its
rogues.
job.
We
It's done its
got more
job.
rogues than anything else. I know you're good at false advertising, so you put in freaking Red Death in every single shot, but that kind of raised my expectations. You get me?
But like that's why, if you
Well, I
look at
think
the
it's
trailer,
just you.
if you look at the trailer, the actual quality of the trailer, not in terms of like the story, like how it's made, it already
Yeah.
looks like it's stepped up a notch. And so if you just look at that alone, I was excited for it. But now that I actually know like the context of like the season and like the specific story and stuff, which is what really matters, now I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's enough to like make me excited for the show. Yeah.
Wait, Jordan, do you want to see some peak advertising?
Okay, sure.
Get ready for this. Is better advertising than anything Arrowverse sees. Get ready for this. And I'm advertising someone else's channel over here. Boom.
Oh my God.
Well, it's
Did you
pretty
actually
bad
watch-
advertising if you have it covered up for 99% of the stream.
Why are you complaining, Josh? We don't want that.
Oh.
That's-
Ooh. But yeah, that's it with the synopsis. Now we
Well,
know.
also-
Go on. What are you gonna say?
Alright, I was just gonna add is because we know Jessica Parker Kennedy's returning. Why
Yeah.
wouldn't Jordan
yeah, we don't
Just-
know.
We don't know.
It might just not be announced, or
I'm assuming they're coming in a package because what they announced
Package.
Jessica was because like what for example like they did this last year as well where they said Jessica Parker Kennedy but also Bart was in the episode as well. I
no.
Mm. Well, no, Jessica Parker
Bart
Kennedy
wasn't
was
in-
alone in the Enter
Yeah.
Force. I mean,
Yeah.
Steel Force.
Oh right, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
And also, do you guys think it'll be like actual Eobard or like the season 8 Eobard?
No, it's gonna be Eobard before any of the events of the show.
So actual like original Eobard, but that he
Yes.
takes goes back to the his mother died and stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. And no
'Cause
Tom Cavanaugh. Interesting.
We talked about this earlier, but in the set photos you do see like present day Barry time traveling, well, assuming time traveled back to the night of Nora Allen's murder before she gets murdered.
Yes, true. But then
So-
Eobard wasn't on set, so like
Well, yeah, but I think they're saving Eobard for the finale though,
how,
because
I mean
it
it'd be so
doesn't make
cliche.
sense.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was gonna say it'd be very cliche, although very, very cool and satisfying if it was like it ended full circle. Like,
Yeah,
we've gone
because
back.
we said the final graphic novel villain is Edithon. I guess that's pretty much already confirmed. But
Is it?
well, not confirmed. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
very
I was gonna say
likely.
what?
Very very likely. But
Wait, what makes you think that?
sorry,
What
because
makes you think that?
in the set photos we have the blue crystal and Rick Cousins on set as well.
Ah. I mean,
So we have
surely,
that.
like, because what are they filming? Are they still filming? No, they're filming 9 10, right?
11. They're on 11 now.
Yeah, but
How many episodes does the season have? 13.
13.
Hopefully, like his graphic novel ends in 11, and that ties into somehow Eobard,
and then
it's
12 could be the Reverse Flash origin episode, and 13 is going to be the finale. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
mean, I hate that
assuming.
they're leaving it to the last 2 episodes.
I
to
would
rush
not
that.
like that.
I would just like if like the final graphic novel was all about Thorn rather than the last 2 episodes.
I wish.
If they were going to do a origin, I'd rather it be in the interlude.
I mean,
But
honestly,
it
they
doesn't
could
look
have
like
had
it,
an
though.
origin in season 8 if they wanted to.
What do
Like, it would have worked.
It could be in the interlude. We don't know.
Well, they're on
Yeah.
episode 11 right now, and we have Eobarthon just being announced. So
Yeah, but
it's got
he
to be
could've-
later.
they didn't announce him for last season, right? It came in as a surprise, so
That's true.
they could just be announcing it now because they know he's going to be out on set.
True,
That's true as well.
true. So
And-
it seems like he's going to be a recurring character then.
No, it doesn't. But there's a
Well,
chance that
bro, he needs to be in the final episode, but it doesn't make sense if he isn't.
Yeah, well, yeah, that might be the only episode he's in.
Okay, yeah, that could work
There's a-
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Tom Cavanaugh, I haven't said anything about him.
I think
I just
if
want-
anything, Kavanaugh will return as one of the Welleses. I don't see him back
Yeah.
as Reverse Flash.
I hope that's what he does.
I just hope he's in the season period.
Yeah, I mean he has
And-
to be. I'm sure he will be.
Okay, these are my like main 3 4 wishes. I want Jessie back. I don't care.
Jesse, quick.
Yeah, Jessie Quick. I need her back. I want to see what she's
That's
doing.
not gonna happen.
I don't
She's
care. This is
dead.
my wish. This is my wish list. Oh, true. Well, I mean, the Queen is too. So shut the fuck up. So we got Jessie Quick. We got just Tom Cavanaugh, just in general. I think Carlos Valdez. That's pretty obvious. And honestly, like a Patty Stewart, like one of those, like Patty Stewart.
Oh
or
yeah, I
like
forgot about her.
Linda Park, like one of those people. Like, I just want to see what they got, like how they're doing. You know.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Henry Cavill, please.
Oh.
What?
But yeah, next week is obviously the Flash season 9, episode 1. As I said, I will be doing the watch party for episode 1 and other episodes as well. But obviously, we're heading into the Red Death graphic novel.
Right. I'll be back. Sorry.
Any theories? Any theories?
Okay.
Arrowverse scenes? Any theories?
Wait, are you going to talk about the Flash podcast interview?
No, I'm gonna play it safe and
Have
avoid
you
it.
read it?
No.
Okay, well, there's some pretty big things in there to talk about.
Okay, you.
Well, we don't have to show it. I'll link it in the chat, and I'll
And
just
just
say the thing. So Max Mercury, how he was teased.
yeah.
He confirmed that was set up for season 10, so we're not getting that.
Season 10.
Yeah, that was a setup for season 10.
Uh-oh. Oh wait, and Eric Wells did also say they're rewatching. We already talked about this. Ultra mentioned in the chat, but they've rewatched season 1 and they're trying to like tie up the loose ends.
Yeah. But also a big one is that he confirmed that Barry will not become the lightning bolt that strikes him.
I saw that as well. He said that he's never heard of that ending before, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he said it's gonna be a happy ending and an emotional one. So
Yep.
yeah. But now, any theories about Red Death?
Not really. Well, I kind of haven't really thought about it in a while, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. I don't think we're doing multiverse.
Yeah. Because I made a theory video on this, but I said Red Death was going to be like a kind of, but not quite like a Savitar type thing, where it's future. I think it's future Batwoman, not multiverse. That's my theory. Because it doesn't make sense for them to introduce a brand new multiverse for 5 episodes. And that's it. So, I mean, they could get away with it because it's the final season, but also it doesn't make sense. So that's why I think they're gonna do it in another way, which is Red Death as future Batwoman. So like they could still play out a similar origin story. Well, no, they can't really. Oh, no, they can't. Never mind, because Cobalt blues with the crystal. Never mind. So that debunks my theory. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how they bring in Red Death. It might actually end up being multiverse. Actually, I could actually be wrong about it.
Yeah, we'll see.
To be honest, go on.
Sorry. They have shown that there's a multiverse out there, and I feel like Eric Waltz said in the past that one day they're gonna be like the rest of Team Flash are gonna find out, specifically with like the planned Flash Stargirl thing that never happened, or at least they talked about it happening. So I mean, it's nice to be getting a conclusion on that, but also as you said, I feel like it'd be pretty rushed to squeeze it into the last few episodes.
Yeah.
And you'd rather I mean, I guess the logic of how Oliver returns is important. Unlike what Stephen Amell said, it's like how it returns doesn't matter. It does matter, but so I guess that could be a reasonable explanation. But also, yeah, I mean, the whole multiverse that you have to explore and stuff, and you've only like 4 episodes to tell it, and you're also trying to conclude your own story instead of building up a world, especially with the DCU stuff planned and stuff. I feel like that's just a pointless way to spend your last season. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, read the comment.
Oh, yeah, read the comment. To be honest, Flashverse, I'm glad Eric Wallace said Barry isn't going to die or vanish. I thank Eric Wallace for that. Me too. Me too. I never agreed with that ending. I never wanted to see something like that. Despite yes, it would have been cool to see something like that, but I don't want them to why are people so obsessed with killing off the Flash, bro? Like that's what I don't get. So that is that. But I guess we can move on to our next topic. Unless there's anything else Flash related, Arrowverse scenes.
Nah.
Okay. So we could move on to our next topic, which is the DCU, James Gunn's DCU, and like the projects he's announced while presenting his slate. First, I want to get your thoughts in regards to all of it because obviously I made a bunch of videos on it. Jordan, since Arrowverse is currently muted right now, what are your thoughts on the DCU?
Do you want to read like the list and stuff of all the projects?
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. We should read it. So
I don't like, yeah. Okay, in the meantime, I'll just say my general thoughts. Okay, so when I first saw this, because I was asleep, so I just woke up and I just saw this list of things. I was like, other than like Superman, Supergirl, and like the Lantern Show, from an outsider's perspective who knows nothing of the comics, none of these interested me, pretty much. Like, okay, not that I wasn't interested, I just wasn't excited. Okay, but also if you showed me Guardians of the Galaxy in 2013 too, I'd be like, I don't care, but whatever that is, right? So I'm not saying that it can't be good. I'm just saying like my anticipation levels were significantly lower. Then when I watched the James Gunn video and I just like read some of his interviews and stuff, and I learned more about the projects, specifically got projects like The Brave and the Bold. I didn't realize Batman was in it. It was just like a Robin show. And I was like, okay, I'm excited now. I think Swamp Thing could be good. I think the Lantern Show obviously is going to be good. Like, so it's only really like Creature Commandos and the Authority, the two projects I'm like I couldn't care less about. But everything else so far interests me. But we'll dive into the deep specifics of each project. So take it away.
Okay, so I'm also trying to bring up the fan-made slate as well, so we can talk about that as well. But so these are all of the projects that have been announced by James Gunn, starting with Creature Commandos, a 7-episode animated series written by Gunn that is already in production. Originally a team of classic monsters assembled to fight I'm gonna say Earth Xers because I don't want to say that word. This is a modern take on the concept. The voice actors have yet to be cast, but the executives are looking to find people who can voice the animated characters and also portray the live-action versions of the anti-hero shows up in the movies and series. So we'll talk about this first. This was one of the things that A, I'm not familiar about at all, and B, I don't really care about. Animation is not really my thing unless it's Star Wars. But also the project itself doesn't really interest me that much as well. Arrowverse, what about you?
Yeah, this is probably my least anticipated one. I'm still like somewhat intrigued to see what it'll be like, but yeah, I'm definitely not jumping out of my seat with excitement for it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, in this even animation format, I know people accuse me, my server, of like hating animation. It's nothing to do with that. It's just like
I just can't get invested in it.
yeah, but also it's similar to Guardians. Like that's why I always keep in the back of my mind. They're just a bunch of completely unknowns, and now it's like one of them to use most borrowed projects because that is the power of James Gunn. He takes the most random characters, Peacemaker, and makes them very interesting and gives them a story, and it turns out to be one of your favorite shows. So I'm going into the DC completely open-minded because I know what James Gunn can do, but I'm just saying going up to the projects at the moment, I'm not feeling that sense of intrigue. But it'll obviously change once I see the show and like see content from it starting to come out and stuff. But at the moment, don't really feel it deep in this project.
Fair enough. Next up is Waller. In a spin-off of Gunn's own HBO Max hit series Peacemaker, Viola Davis will return as the ruthless and morally ambiguous head of a government task force. It is being written by Crystal Henry and Jeremy Carver, the creator of the Doom Patrol TV series. Now, once again, doesn't really interest me that much, but I'm definitely a lot more intrigued for this compared to Creative Commandos. I always said Viola Davis was great in this role. She was absolutely amazing. And I wonder if this continues like after Peacemaker, right?
Yeah, season 1. Between season 1 and season 2.
So it will be interesting to see like how like she fits into it and everything like that.
Yeah. My only question with that is like Peacemaker is already in a world that has its own Justice League. So technically, if you're going along the same continuity, this isn't a different universe to the DCU.
No, but I mean, technically, they could get away with it because what happened was when the Justice League showed up, the only people that weren't blurred out were the Flash and Aquaman, both of which we're assuming are still going to be played by the same actors.
Okay, my thoughts on that. They know that they've got projects coming out this year. They need to market that. I think once Flash and Aquaman both come out, they're going to say that they're done. They're just trying to make people think that they still have like a chance. Aquaman maybe. I think Aquaman has a chance, but I think Flash is gone. And this whole talk about, Ezra Miller could still be the Flash, to be in London therapy and stuff, I think it's purely just like getting people to see the Flash.
But then that's a good point. But then I guess you could also counter that by saying, wouldn't it bring in more people to watch it if Ezra Miller did get fired?
What do you mean?
Because maybe the reason why people won't watch the Flash movie is like, oh, why is the criminal, the leader or something like that. If he got fired earlier on and they announced that Ezra Miller might not be will not be the Flash anymore, it could also get people to watch it more because they know Ezra is gone. They won't be like,
What? I feel like they make people watch it less if it's a criminal and they were fired from it. And they're like, why would I watch a movie that has a criminal in it?
I mean, that's still both ways though.
I unless you're a criminal, I don't know why you'd be watching a movie for other criminals. But anyways, I mean, James Gunn did say like some of the DCU will reset, some of it will stay the same. So it'll probably be the exact same continuity, obviously, as Peacemaker, nothing will change. I guess that's just more of like an outsider thing that's happened. I guess I could just reboot the ending of Peacemaker, just be like, oh, they didn't show up. It was
the
just
only thing
Aquaman showed up.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
The only thing that hurts me is that how do you keep all of these characters, but you get rid of my boy?
Oh my! Can we skip the next project, please? I don't want to hear rant about Henry Cavill for the next half an hour.
Okay, here we go. Henry Cavill rant incoming. Superman Legacy, the movie featuring the Man of Steel that Gunn is writing and may direct. Although no commitments on that end have been made, while the two previous titles are meant to be aperitifs, in Safran's words, Superman is the true kickoff for the duo's DCU plans. It's not an origin story, thank God. Safran said it focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with a human upbringing. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks that kindness is old-fashioned. A release date of July 11, 2025 has been penciled in. Now, I'm going to start by saying, sorry?
I'm hyped.
I am hyped. I am hyped about that as well. I want to start off by saying I do trust James Gunn, although it's not Henry Cavill. It's fine. I do trust James Gunn. This guy, he knows comics. He knows what he's doing, so I trust him. But the excuse he gave for not putting Henry Cavill in this role, for me, was BS. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay, it makes sense because he says he wasn't hired, so he didn't fire him, right?
Yeah.
So because Henry was never actually signed on to do anything post Black Adam, they had talked about it. He was never contracted.
Yeah.
True.
So they didn't bring him back for anything else. And then, I mean, if he looked at these options, Jason Momoa before Aquaman was probably already signed on for a third movie or something. Probably, I'm not saying he was, but there's a chance it could have been. And then you've got all these movies coming out. So if he wants to keep like Peacemaker and like stuff that's currently more, like relevant, that's like why he would keep these actors. But Henry Cavill, I mean, if you want, I think Superman's obviously the main character for DC. So like, if you get a new Superman, I think because everyone's criticism with the original DCU was the treatment of like Superman and Batman, right?
Yeah.
So if you get a new version of both of those characters, new actor, new take, people will finally realize, oh, maybe this is an entirely new universe, and like it's a very different tonal shift too. I'm not saying like Henry Cavill couldn't have been like a more positive and uplifting tone as well, but I think just having a different face of the character really sets a trend for the rest of the universe. And I think we'll talk more about the story in a sec, but I think that's why Henry wasn't used. As much as I would love to see Henry, and as much as after I was really hyped after Black Adam, don't get me wrong, but I completely understand where Gunn's coming from at the same time too.
Okay, so what you made is a very, very good point. But then my issue comes in when we talk about the Batman film. So Batman, we're getting actually I'm gonna go over Brave and the Bold right now. I'm gonna skip over it because it does play a part in what I'm gonna talk about. So we'll go into Brave and the Bold. So this is the introduction of the
Okay, Arrowverse, what were your thoughts?
Oh shoot, yeah, Arrowverse.
We just forgotten about Arrowverse.
Thoughts on Superman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I think it sounds great. This is what I've been wanting. That's what I was hoping for. But I just hope that they don't base it heavily on All-Star Superman, because I like that.
What was
story.
the comic place? The comic inspiration James Gunn posted. Superman.
It was All Star Superman.
Oh, do you not like it?
I love it. I like that story, but it just it just wouldn't work as this, like, what he's described it for.
I mean,
Or described it as.
We're not like direct.
But yeah, I'm guessing it's just going to be like he'll take some bits from it and just adapt it, not fully.
Maybe it's just like his main inspiration is that, but not completely.
My main question with that, I think a movie. I'm not saying like Superman shouldn't be uplifting. It should be really like that hope. Obviously, that is the main character, and I think Superman and Lois hits it perfectly in the sense that it still portrays this optimistic Superman in a modern world.
Mm-hmm.
And based on that synopsis, it seems to be a lot more of like there is like a one line quote on like kindness in a world that thinks kindness is outdated. But I think what makes Man of Steel so unique, although I think it took it too far in that direction, is this modern world take. Because I think it's still important to keep modern audiences relevant, but you also don't want to lose the original essence of Superman, which I think Man of Steel lost. So I think he should be using Superman and Lois as an example of how to balance the two, and I think that's the main challenge of this movie. But I also think if they get that right, this could be the best Superman adaptation period. So hopefully he strikes that balance.
It does seem like they are taking more of Superman and Lois's Superman character as well. That's why I feel like, especially with like how he described it as well. But so as I did not forget about the other projects, I just want to mention this real quick because I'm gonna talk about this and Superman. But The Brave and the Bold, this is the introduction of the DCU's Batman, of Bruce Wayne, and also introduces our favorite Robin, Damian Wayne, who is a little son of a B word. The movie will take inspiration from the now classic Batman run written by Grant Morrison that introduced Batman to a son he never knew existed, a murderous tween raised by assassins. It's very strange. It's a very strange father-son story. Now, here's the thing. This leads me to believe that Batman is already experienced. He's gone through his third Robin over here. So, Dick Grayson's still Nightwing. Jason Todd would have been Red Hood by now. We're going through our third Robin over here. So he would be a Batman at least in his 30s. So for me, why are we having a Batman that's around that age, but then we're having a much younger Superman? That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm like, what's stopping them from using Henry Cavill? Because this would put Batman and Superman in the same age.
Because I think the Batman is that universe that has Batman at the age of what the Superman is, right? So I feel like the Batman is showing it's not an origin story, but it's just showing him, growing into the role of Batman. That's what Superman Legacy is. I don't think we should need another one of that Batman sort of versions. I think it's good to have an older version because, I mean, honestly, other than like Ben Affleck, which has gone through Robins and stuff, we haven't really gotten that in live action.
Yeah,
especially mentoring and not someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like that'll make that interaction like weird and stuff if they do like Justice League. But I mean, if they cast it right, you probably wouldn't be able to tell, especially if once Superman does become more developed later on in the universe. So I get your criticism, but like I think that's why they went for a younger Superman and a more experienced Batman. I also think it's the contrast between the two of them would be really interesting as well.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but I want them to be a similar age because we already had like an older Batman and younger Superman with Cavill and Affleck. So
I mean, it really, in my opinion, I didn't really notice the difference. Yes.
They seem to be quite. No, they're not quite similar. Never mind. Affleck's way older.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by the end of Justice League, could you tell?
Not really.
Exactly. So they'll grow into that relationship.
Fair enough. What do you guys think of this project, though? Brave and the Bold.
It's interesting that they're doing Damian Wayne.
Yeah, like what? I mean, fair enough. I don't think we've ever had we've never had the Damian Wayne in live action before.
Children.
Sorry?
Because James Gunn likes children.
I'm
sorry.
I don't think we've had Damian Wayne in live action before. So I think that's why he's doing. He did say it's his favorite Robin as well.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to him mentoring little Robin. Um, little Dick. Oh. Can you scroll up so I can just read what it's about again?
But Dick Grayson. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, Damian Wayne.
Scroll up. Yeah, okay. I don't know much about Grant Morrison's round, but I mean, I just like that idea, and I think it's really good. And my question also is, well, the title "The Brave and the Bold" doesn't have Batman in it at all, which could hurt the movie.
That's worrying because that's what hurt a Man of Steel, right?
And
Mhm.
Birds of Prey as well. I mean, yeah, so that was a random example, but like, I feel like that could impact, like, because literally this is like from my perspective as well. I read that title and I was like, oh, it's probably just like a Dick Grayson, something like a because I don't know about the story from the comics. I knew it was associated with one of the Robins, so I was like, it's probably just a solo like Hatred Max project. I didn't know it was fucking Batman. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
So, okay,
But going up. Oh, go on. You're still continuing.
yeah.
Okay. So the next project is The Lanterns. Greg Berlanti's long in the works Green Lantern TV series has been scrapped. In its place will be a new take on the Space Cops with power rings. Our vision for this is very much in the vein of True Detectives, Safran described. It's terrestrial based. It will feature prominent Green Lantern heroes Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, and is one of the most important shows they have in development. This plays a really big role in leading into the main story we are telling across film and TV. This is the one I'm looking forward to the most. Not just because we've been waiting for a Green Lantern, anything Green Lantern related for a while, but also it's Hal Jordan and freaking Jon Stewart together. And as James Gunn said, it plays a very big role into the main story as well. So that gets me very, very
Wait
hyped
a
up
sec.
for what they're gonna do.
Oh shit. Hang on, I'm just gonna share this. This is a bit random, but look.
Oh, you just saw that?
I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah, it's been trending across Twitter because there's some guy that pretty much trashed it, and
was it Den of Geeks?
Den of Nerds.
Oh, nerds. Yeah.
So cool.
But yeah, what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of the Lantern show?
I'm hyped. Very excited for it. I think it's one of my most anticipated ones because I'm
Mhm.
definitely excited to see how it connects to everything else.
How about you, Jordan?
Of Lanterns. I mean, my criticism is like, I feel like we have Hal Jordan, like, and everything. It'd be cool to get, like, other Green Lanterns. But, I mean, it is the main Green
Oh,
Lantern.
we're getting Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart together.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
But what was the one that we're going to use for Berlanti's series? Wasn't it, Alan?
Was
Was
Guy
that-
Gardner, Alan Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those would be interesting as well. But
I feel
yeah.
bad for Berlanti. All of his projects, like DC projects, have been scrapped.
I mean, after Green Lantern, do you blame him? Also, wasn't there like a movie development as well?
A
I don't
movie
think so. I think in Snyder's vision, maybe.
No,
but
there was definitely. I swear there was a movie as well as that TV show
for
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
for Green Lantern. Yeah,
No, I don't think so. I think you might be thinking of Ryan Reynolds.
you're gaslighting me. I don't know why.
oh, go on.
No.
Shall I
Yeah,
continue or
yeah.
oh.
See, you were. I was right. Look, I'll share my screen. Can't speak.
Share your screen. Oh shoot!
See, this is in 2021.
Oh,
Featured Jon
going
Stewart.
all the
as
way back.
Well, this won't happen. That's definitely what happened then, because Jon Stewart's in the movie, but they haven't officially cancelled it either. It's just probably stuck in development hell. And there was
I don't actually even remember this.
That's the TV show.
It's not happening though. So
I've never heard
It
about
won't
that
happen,
either.
but, like-
That's interesting.
That's like the fourth project of Deep Greenland. Just start. Did not actually ever happen.
But next up is The Authority. Once again, it's another project I don't really care about.
I'm
But
intrigued.
a movie based on a team of superheroes with rather extreme methods
They're
of
not
protecting
streaming.
the planet that first originated in the late 1990s under an influential imprint known as Wildstorm. Run
Not
by
streaming.
artist and now head of
What
DC
shows?
Publishing Jim Lee, one of the things of the DCU is that it's not just a, what?
We said you're streaming like 10 times and you ignored both of us.
Sorry?
You're not sharing your screen.
Am I not?
Nah.
No, and you
Oh.
ignored us every time we told you.
Oh shoot. There we go. Where was I? One of the things of the DCU is that it's not just a story of heroes and villains, said Gunn. Not every film and TV show is going to be about good guys versus bad guy. Giant things from the sky come and good guy wins. There are white hats, black hats, and gray hats. He's starting to talk like Eric Wallace right now. But Added Safran, they are kind of like Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men. They know that you want them on the wall, or at least they believe that.
I'm excited for this.
Couldn't kill us.
Same.
Really?
Couldn't care less. Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, another one I don't really care
Well,
about.
Paradise Lost, I do not care for
So
this.
they're just defending the planet. That's the main part of the Authority. That's interesting. Also, another thing I was going to talk about, but I forgot. They were gonna. I haven't seen True Detectives, but they're using that as like an inspiration for like Brave and the Bold, which is very interesting. Like a more detective. I mean, I guess that's technically in the Batman universe. It's a very there's a very heavy emphasis on like detective element of Batman. But Gary,
Gary with the
Oh.
$20 super chat. Damn, that is very generous of you, bro. Is the Flash getting delayed? I hope not. Are you mad at me? Definitely not. I think Arrowverse, are you mad at Gary?
No, I'm not. I am not mad at you, Gary.
How about you, Jordan?
Jordan's furious.
I'm always mad at you. I'm always mad at you, Gary.
Ooh. Love your channel. Do you think Superman and Lois will get a season 4? I think it will. Just going from what James Gunn said, how he said it's gonna go along for a little while because it's a very popular show and a lot of people like it. But I don't know if it's like the only way it would be up to James Gunn, I believe, is if they move the show to HBO Max.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be up to the CW.
I don't think the CW is going to renew it, honestly, because it's $5 million per episode.
Yeah.
And didn't they say they're going for like 1 million or something?
Yeah. So
I mean, they
go
could,
on.
but I think if it is going to continue, then it'll have to move. Which I think there's a possibility that it could move.
Yeah.
But
Wasn't there a recent like CW news about like they've cutting like scripted content or something?
Yes.
Yeah, they've
Yeah.
kind of done like 3 or something.
No. Like something came out yesterday.
They're moving away from it completely.
Yeah. The CW to develop innovative non-scripted series that catalyzes conversations as is it? Doesn't matter. Yeah, the CW lets go of its head of development and current departments.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, it's kind of like
Yeah, they're
it's,
moving. They love their golf.
Yeah. So it depends, Gary. If they manage to move Superman and Lois to HBO Max, which James Gunn did put it under DC Elseworlds, it will definitely get season 4 and most probably season 5 as well. If it doesn't
Did he?
and it still remains, he did. Well, in the slate, it's under
That's a
in
fan
the fan made. I know it's fan made, but
but it is. I think. Yeah.
James Gunn still talked about it though, and it's a DC Elseworlds project, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But so if it's moved to HBO Max, I think it will. If it's not, then I think the CW will cancel it.
I mean, James Gunn did say 1 or 2 seasons left, but also what does he know? Like,
And there's
not
1 or
a
2
lot.
seasons left. Does that include season 3 or not include season 3?
Probably not.
But the fact is that it will go like it will continue for a little bit longer. I wonder why it said a little bit longer though. That's
Because
another thing.
it's not going to a season 6. Let's be fully for real. Like,
I mean, it might.
it won't.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Fair enough.
Season 4, I reckon it will get renewed, and that will be its last. But it probably won't be on CW. I agree with you, Josh.
Paradise Lost. Oh, wait, come
Considering,
on.
oh, sorry. Considering James Gunn has full authority over like what content is produced and stuff, and I think Zaslav trusts him. I think that if he really cared about making a season 4, he would move it over to HBO Max because he has that power to do so. I think so at least. So yeah, that's the only way I'd see it moving forward.
Okay. Paradise Lost. The duo described this HBO Max series as a Game of Thrones style drama set on the all-female island that is Wonder Woman's birthplace, Themyscira. Filled with political intrigue and scheming between power players, it takes place before the events of the Wonder Woman films. So, again, I don't really care about it, but I wonder. I mean, the fact that it's like a Game of Thrones style concept, it's cool, I guess, but in
I'm not really
regards
into
to
that
the
type of stuff.
project in general, I don't really care. I just wonder if Gal Gadot's gonna remain as Wonder Woman or not as well, because he does say it takes place before the events of the Wonder Woman films, but
Yeah.
it's completely unrelated if it takes place before. So like, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, if you're gonna have like the same actors of like Themyscirans and stuff,
I guess that maybe that's why. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gary with the super sticker. Thank you very much, Gary. If you have a question, then be sure to write it down and I'll just read it out. But I believe lastly on the slate. Oh no, there's two more. We have.
didn't finish talking about that one.
Sorry.
We didn't finish talking about Paradise.
Go on.
Well, first of all, we already had the Themysciran show in development with Patty Jenkins, right? Yes, we are.
What's going on in our scenes?
Always proud of you, Gary.
Always
I'm
proud
mad
of
at you,
Gary.
but I'm also proud of you. So good on you, Gary. How's that girl you went on coffee date with? She alright?
That was like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Okay. Anyways, you guys married yet? Anyways, so yeah, we had that show already in development from Patty Jenkins. So I guess this is kind of like a redevelopment of it, but it's still technically in the same universe too. So will Patty Jenkins still be attached to this project? Who knows? And also, yeah, obviously, as you said, it's the events of the Wonder Woman films. So that means that the Wonder Woman films are still canon, meaning we could get Gal Gadot. This is the only exception to that rule of we only have upcoming projects like Aquaman and Flash that may stick around because like she hasn't had a new movie since like late 2020. So it'd be interesting to see if she's still around and also even if she's in this show. But yeah, I think it could be a cool show.
Fair enough.
Any thoughts, Josh?
Well, about the show, I don't care for it.
You don't care for anything because it's not CW.
It's the Arrowverse. That's why it's the
Mate,
Arrowverse.
What do you
He doesn't care about any of this.
So you think we didn't care about Superman and Lois because it's not Arrowverse?
The only reason
yeah.
why he's excited for Superman Legacy is because he has a little bit of hope that's going to be played by Tyler Hoechlin. That's why.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Sure.
The only reason you'd be slightly excited because you think you could be Henry Cavill, even though he's admitted it's not. You're one of those Snyderverse delusional people who thinks that there's still a chance when there's not. Just give it up. What hope? I mean, that's the very opposite of Superman telling you to have hope. But anyways, just give it up.
The Batman sequel. Pattinson will continue to portray the Dark Knight in at least one more crime saga movie directed by Matt Reeves. That movie, the executives revealed, will be released October 3rd, 2025, titled The Batman Part 2, and that's both a Superman and a Batman movie in the same year. Holy crap. And like, if I want a Secret Wars then as well, 2025.
Is it?
One of the Avengers
Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty?
Kang Dynasty's first.
Oh, then it's I think
They're both
Kang
in the same
Dynasty is
year.
2025. No, didn't that move
Oh,
back?
no, Secret Wars is 2026.
Yeah, that moved it on. But
Imagine how sick that would be. You have a Batman movie, a Superman movie, and you have like one of
It's
the
gonna be
biggest
stacked.
Marvel movies, and that's gonna be sick.
Okay, it'll be sick for you guys, but if I'm still working at fucking cinemas.
But is it going to confuse people to have a Superman movie and a Batman in the same year?
And they're also different worlds.
And also
Yeah,
different.
well, and because they're different worlds. it might
But being
confuse.
Gunn said everything will be clearly marked as our worlds.
Yeah.
But then, how will the general public know what that means?
They don't. I doubt. I mean, no, not really. Yeah.
To be fair, I mean, other than Marvel, like I feel like most like they wouldn't. They don't care about the specifics of like the inner workings of the multiverse like we do. They just like go, oh, Superman project, let's go watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't like, oh, is this canon with like Man of Steel or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, some people could be like that, but I don't think that's an issue.
Okay.
In terms of
Thoughts?
Batman, yeah, I'm obviously extremely excited.
Yeah. I'm glad they're taking their time with it as well. 2025. That's good.
Yeah, agreed. How long was it between Batman Begins and Dark Knight?
No idea.
Batman Begins was 2005, and then Dark Knight was 2008, I think. Wait, yeah, 2008, so 3 years as well. So, I mean, masterpiece incoming. Don't know much about the plot, but honestly, Matt Reeves at the helm, Robert Pattinson, I don't think anything could go wrong. I'm just incredibly sad.
Now, this next project I am actually looking forward to. I'm not too familiar with the character of Booster Gold, but it is something I'm intrigued with, especially if James Gunn adds his own like James Gunn spin to it. An HBO Max series based on a unique, lesser-known hero created in 1986. Safran said of the series, "It's about a loser from the future who uses basic future technology to come back to today and pretend to be a superhero." Gunn described it as imposter syndrome as a superhero.
This is what I'm most excited for. This is my most.
It seems
anticipated
very,
one.
very exciting. I don't know who Booster Gold is. I'm not familiar with him at all. But this, description, someone gives me like a Deadpool type thing. Somewhat of a feel like that type of tone. Peacemaker, Deadpool, something like that. I could be completely wrong, but
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I mean, yeah. But I'm curious to see if Blue Beetle's gonna show up as well.
And Glenn Powell said he's interested in playing Booster Gold. Could be interesting. I know who that is.
Oh,
but-
you know what? I'm not looking forward to all these fan casts.
oh yeah,
There's
Tom
gonna be
Holland,
so
yeah,
much
just
for-
throw on for everything. Yeah.
I've already seen a Tom Holland fan cast for Damian Wayne.
Oh bloody hell! But next up, Supergirl, Woman of
I
Tomorrow.
didn't say anything. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. I think I don't know much about Booster Gold, but I think it could be interesting to see that loser aspect as well. Funny. I don't know.
Now,
Everyone else
Supergirl.
seems really excited, so like, yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
too.
Now, this is the one DCTV show is definitely looking most forward to. But Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, taking its cues from the recent Tom King written miniseries, this movie promises a different take than what most of us think when you think of Superman's cousin, whatever. We will see the difference between Superman, who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents from the same time he was an infant, versus Supergirl, raised on a rock, a chip of Krypton, and who watched everyone around her die and be killed in terrible ways for the first 14 years of her life, and then come to Earth. She is much more hardcore and not the Supergirl we're used to. Now, I am excited for this. I do have a couple of thoughts. A, I'm glad that they're, highlighting the difference between Superman and Supergirl over here.
Mm,
And B, is Sasha Calle getting recast? That's another thing I'm interested about.
Probably. If the Flash resets, well, it depends how Flash ends, I guess.
They might be
If-
waiting
if-
for to see. Yeah, that might be waiting for the Flash movie to make a decision, or even just to announce something. I don't know.
I mean, if you look at Sasha Calle, she has the same logo as Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
Means
that's
she's
why.
in that world.
Well, they can change that.
Yeah, but it means like she's in the same family. Like she's still Henry Cavill's
Oh.
cousin, most likely.
Yeah, but that could all be changed.
Yeah, but I feel like it'd be
You know what just clocked? You know what just clocked?
It'd be more confusing having the same actor for the same
Yeah.
role, but different
You know what
universes.
just clocked? You know how Henry Cavill got done dirty as Superman, right?
Mhm.
What if he
Mm.
gets cast as the next Batman for Brave and the Bold?
Oh my God. Can we get rid of him?
Yeah,
I
how we
mean,
can we kick the
the thing is though, he fits the profile though.
I think what
That won't be
Like,
confusing at all.
Like,
would you cast Henry Cavill as Hal Jordan?
why not?
You know what? Why not
Jon
Supergirl?
Stewart?
Customer Supergirl.
But like he's super massive, huge. He's got a Bruce Wayne look. Why not? He's the same age range. You get me, bro. It could actually work.
I think Flashverse should be James Gunn.
I should be Eric Willis, bro, not James Gunn.
Or it should be both.
Mm. But yeah, what are your thoughts on Supergirl Women of Tomorrow?
I'm surprised that they're doing it. Well, not necessarily surprised, but I wouldn't have expected them to do this run of Supergirl. It's also pretty recent as well, but apparently it's really good. So, yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
you're the most familiar in terms of comics out of any of us, I believe.
I haven't read this one.
Ah.
I probably will though.
Yeah, I agree. I like what you're saying, Flashverse, but like you know how a distinction between Superman and Supergirl is going to be a lot more hardcore. A different take on Supergirl because Supergirl suffered through 6 seasons of Supergirl. It'd be good to see a different take on that, especially live action. I mean, you also have to feel for Sasha Kaye. Like, she was so passionate and she thought
If
had
she
a
does get
future.
recast,
She will. So,
most
I-
probably, yeah.
If she does, then I think every actor coming in to the DCU needs to not get attached or excited for their role.
true. Especially once, I think Pagey said, like, once Warner Brothers gets bought out and, like, and a Discovery sell it off to, like, NBC, and then James Gunn
Yeah.
gets got, like, a whole new universe, and it's just like, oh! There will never be any consistency. But, at the moment, be optimistic. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this project as well, and I think it's probably, like, my third most anticipated project behind Superman and Batman 2. And Batman and the Bold, Brave and the Bold.
And then lastly, Swamp Thing, once again, don't really care, but
A horror
it's
film?
interesting that it's a horror film though. That's what I
did not know
like.
that.
A horror film that promises to close out the first part of the first chapter.
Okay, but why are you finishing on Swamp Thing? That's
No,
what
but
I
the
wanna
thing is, I mean, yeah, that's one thing to put, but you know, these are only 10 projects he's revealed, but there's going to be more in chapter 1 as well, I believe. Maybe like put in between or something like that. He's only revealed 10, so it will be interesting to see like what other things he has in store. Probably like Peacemaker season 2, stuff like that though. But
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Finish off this, and I'll say.
What if it's like
I'm pretty much done.
the second last is like Justice League versus Doomsday? I mean, versus Darkseid, and then it's just Swamp Thing. How would you feel about that?
Oh,
It's like no, don't finish on Justice League. Finish on Swamp Thing. It's like Phase 3 finishing on Infinity War, but then it randomly has Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Well, we don't know if this is the last one. There could be still more announced. To be
yeah.
announced. Yeah. Anyway, what I was going to say is that answers on Bart and Tom Cavanaugh in season 9
Oh.
apparently will be revealed in part 2 of the Flash podcast
Oh,
when
okay.
episode 1 comes out. So yeah.
I guess we'll be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
But lastly, this is
Projects
fan made.
Anticipated, least anticipated.
This is fan made, but this is just to show like the slate of the DC and how like
No.
everything. It's fan made,
Pull
but
up.
James Gunn did retweet it though.
Pull up Julian Bell's. That one's way better.
Is it?
I sent it to you on Discord.
Let's see this. It's not a troll one, right?
No.
All right, actually, yeah, I could pull up that one. It's pretty much the same thing though, but I guess
Just support Julian Bell. He's amazing.
I don't know who that is. I'm sorry.
I've talked to you about him a lot.
Well, he's the trailer maker, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so over here, so these two projects are DCEU. Shazam Fury of the Gods, March 17th, 2023, and then the Flash movie. And then it says Universe Reset. So, and James Gunn did talk about this, but it's the Flash movie that pretty much causes everything to reboot. And then we enter what's called the DCUs, kicking off with Blue Beetle, and then going forward into Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. But like all these projects, as you guys can see, it's in order, and this is pretty much the slate. So we have the DCU, and then we also have DC Elseworlds, consisting of obviously projects that are outside of James Gunn's DCU pretty much.
Hmm.
Yeah, because this one includes a lot more projects. The other one forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like specifically the Elseworld stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much it for the stream. If you guys have enjoyed the stream, then I will be sure to do more of them. I'll try and be more consistent, and I will be more consistent. Oh shoot, there's no stream next week, but I forgot to say it. I forgot to say it in the announcement. Shit.
We'll be more consistent, but there'll be no shoot.
Okay.
So
After next week, I will be more consistent with the streams. So I'll do it every single week. Obviously, I'll do the watch parties as well. And maybe depending on how well the watch parties perform, then I'll choose to either cancel them or continue going forward with them. But
Are you gonna
yeah,
tell
so
them why there's no stream next week? Or you're gonna leave that a
Yeah.
secret?
huh? I mean, there's barely anyone in the chat, so I could say it anyways.
Okay.
But I'm going to the Hogwarts mansion next week.
Hogwarts Mansion.
Well, the DCTV. I'm meeting Ben again, so yeah,
collabing.
that's for next week. We might do something on his channel or something like that. We talk about that,
Is-
but
And Josh,
We
do you want to tell them why you've been in America for the last 6 weeks?
Because it hasn't been
So-
6 weeks.
Whatever. How long were you there?
25 days.
Okay. Well,
There-
how was that?
It
so
was
yeah,
good.
I will be more consistent with the live streams, but next week there will be no live stream. But after that, weekly.
What did you do in
hopefully.
America?
Well, I nearly met up with Ezra Miller
Oh
What?
shoot!
You went to Hawaii.
and Michael Rosenbaum.
Wait, what?
There was Ezra Miller. I'm pretty sure took a photo with a fan, and I think I was close to him when he did that.
What?
Like I
you're in
was
the
a couple
city
blocks
or-
away
What?
because he was in LA. He was in LA. I think I recognized where he was.
Oh,
Same with
you
Rosenbaum.
asked him, hey, you gonna be in Flash? No.
But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next
What
video.
else did you do in LA?